Hello, 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 beautiful Love Your Life Show friends. This is Beverley Buckley here with the Love Your Life Show. And today I'm interviewing Tara Lee Ayotte, who's coming to us from Canada. And it's really, really exciting. I am in Peru at the moment. I am in a very cute little coffee shop. And I really wanted to show you, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is just the most beautiful little botanical gardens I'm next to with the most gorgeous flowers. And I so wanted to be positioned in front of this beautiful botanical garden. And I thought I found myself a little quiet coffee shop, but we have got a bit of background interruption. So please, I know that you'll be completely graceful in receiving all the beautiful noises that are coming from the background. We've got some reggae tunes playing on the radio. Which is quite a lot of fun as well. So without further ado, I just want to introduce you and let you know a little bit about Tara Lee. She's a bowl master and she's a mind, body and foundational health expert. She shares her gifts of vibrational sound and sound activations to illuminate and inspire new consciousness that awakens the guru within, G-U-R-U. She is also the creator of the Sacred Earth Adventures. She's an international speaker and healer who brings through a new wave of 5D conscious living to master your mindset and experience the best that life has to offer in this new era. Today she'll be talking about DNA shifting and aligning with your soul's destiny. And I'm really, really excited to find out about this because Tara Lee has been a friend of mine for the last couple of months, and some of the stuff that she's bringing through is absolutely phenomenal. It's such high vibrating dimensional stuff, and she's got such amazing talents. I actually was browsing on her website the other day and I'm like, ooh, a sound bath. Yum, yum, yum. So if I were you, we'll obviously be giving you the website address a little bit later on in the call, but we want to keep you enticed for the call to go and check out her website with the sound bowl journey that she's got there, which is absolutely amazingly orgasmic, just saying. But without further ado, let me just introduce Tara Lee to you now. Tara Lee, you there?
Hi, Beverly.
Yay!
Oh, I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for making this happen. I know things have been really busy with you in Peru, and I've been following your journey as well. And it's just been this amazing unfolding into this whole new realm of consciousness. So glad that we can connect today.
Wow, yes, and thank you for being on the show, Tara Lee. It's wonderful to have you here again. I know you were with us in July, and now you're obviously with us again, and you've got some really amazing things that you've got to share with us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited to just be here today. We're making such a difference in the energy and the transformation that's happening on the planet, and we've been watching this huge new wave of consciousness really come over us. And so I think for a lot of people it's come with a lot of fear because the energy has really shaken up a lot of foundations. But we're really heading into this whole new echelon of energy and transformation, and 2017 is really going to be a phenomenal year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can feel it too. It's like, wow. and what do you feel is going to be happening with the shift into this new consciousness? What is your feelings on the outcome? I mean, where do you think we're headed?
Yeah, well, I really feel like we're going to be free from like these lies and limitations that we've set upon ourselves. We're really going to be able to move into being the creator of our own destiny and really stepping forward into who we've come here to be. I think a lot of us have really been searching for this energy for a long time, and now we're finally entering I guess a time where we can actually do this. And so it's really about being empowered in who we are and living in this optimum health and well-being.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually, to be honest. But now tell me something. This 5D. Sorry, I've got a cup of tea in my hand. It's the most delicious tea, and it's actually got. If you want to have a really good tea, it's got rosemary, ginger, lemon, cinnamon, and honey in it. It's like, oh my god, so good. Anyway, the 5D consciousness. What is your take on the 5D? Because everyone's going 3D, 5D, 4D, 7D, 12D, blah 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 blah. What does it mean?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get it all mixed up and they go, oh, what is this? We're going to just ascend off into some new transformation of who we are. And that's really not it at all. These different levels is that basically, I mean, we're multidimensional, right? Like, so we're both physical and metaphysical beings. And so this 5D consciousness is really an awakening of the third eye. And it's really about bridging the gap between the physical and the metaphysical consciousness that we live in. And so a lot of people people up until now have either been very spiritual people and lived in that type of experience, or they've been very physical minded in the world. And so we're entering this time now where we're bridging the gap between the two, and that really brings a lot more balance and harmony into our lives.
Okay, great. So sorry if I keep on, if there's a bit of a delay between us jumping back and forth here. I'm trying to keep up as little of the sound here as possible out of the, from where Tara Lee is speaking, so you guys can all get a nice clean sound bath there with her beautiful voice. So what you're saying, Tara Lee, is it's got more to do with an internal kind of shift. So a shift from being like separated. So, okay, now I'm being spiritual. Now I'm in the 3D. Now I'm being spiritual. Now I'm in the matrix. Now, like, kind of a difference between that and actually embodying it in every waking moment. Is that how I'm understanding you?
Yeah, that's a really great way to put it. And then it's also in connection with our emotional state of being. So it's really about awakening this state of being out of, the separation or the feelings that are elicited with like stress and anxiety or depression and anger, for instance, into more of this harmonious flow, into balance and harmony, and into awakening that love and that compassion, and having that be that new foundation that we stand on.
Oh wow! So is this what you obviously do with your classes and your courses and things like that? You take people into this journey of the depression and the anxiety and the, because I know that there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, I'm so tired, I'm feeling so depressed, I'm so anxious, I'm feeling so discouraged, I'm feeling so, there's so many things that are happening right now on our planet. And like, I had a feeling the other day where someone was saying, well, the stuff that's happening in the United States with the wonderful new president that's been elected has got to do with the shadow side of the consciousness of the group consciousness of the American people, that is now he's being willing to embody that group consciousness of that shadow, and now it's time to move through that. What is your take on all of these things going on right now?
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because there are so many people that I've been connecting with lately that have been really struggling with this new, President-elect Donald Trump. And I really feel, from what I see and what I believe with this, is that he's more of a luminary and a visionary coming through. And I'm not saying that all of his actions are, are wonderful and great. But what I feel is that, exactly like you said, is it's really bringing up a lot of these dense energies and emotions to really shake these foundations and really have us move out of this era of just being puppets, or being, in this dormant state of being. And it's really waking people up into taking their own power back. And that's a really wonderful thing. And so we're seeing this happening right now all over the United States, where either people are protesting something or they're starting to stand up for what they believe in. And so literally this is like this mass awakening. And I think what people miss is that as we move into these higher states of consciousness, we expect it to be all like, rainbows and unicorns, when in reality, in order to move through anything and make these changes in our life, we have to be willing to shake things up a little. And what comes with that is, of course, the foundation and the beliefs that we've had. And so there's this collective consciousness on our planet right now that is looking to keep things the same. They want it to keep moving forward in the way it's been. And so there comes a lot of resistance to that. And that's what we're seeing right now, is this upheaval in our system. And really, it's when we look at it from the bigger picture of things, it's really about this global conscious awakening into that, like I said, this more 5D connected state between the physical and the metaphysical side of it.
Okay, I'm coming back. I am coming back. I promise, I'm coming back. So, we have, I love how you say that we're like basically on this precipice of this birthing of this new idea of being, and being in the world and experiencing our lives. And we have a really large woodpecker outside. So if you're hearing any knocking, he's massive. He's actually just landed in this beautiful tropical garden that I'm sitting next to, and he's like banging on this tree, and I think that this tree is actually going to fall down. Anyway, we have we have some people that have joined us in the room. I think we've got Medina in the room. Medina, I think you just said, are you going to say hi in the chat? Is that you? Can you hear us? Can you see us all wonderfully there? Please shout out in the chat. We'd love to hear your questions. Tarly's obviously here to be able to take some questions as well, and she's going to answer some for you as well. But Tarly, what have you experienced with some of your clients? What are some of the things that people are experiencing as we're going into this new world? What is the kind of key points that people can say, oh, okay, I'm actually just moving into 5D, I'm not going crazy, like what kind of support can you suggest on that side of things?
Yeah, I think with this whole global consciousness and this global awakening, we're seeing a lot of people that are very depressed and very anxious. They're feeling very disconnected, and they're having a lot of troubles really seen past what's really unfolding right now. And I guess like what I really have to say to people is that what you're experiencing is completely normal. So if that's you and you're going through a lot of turmoil, and you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling like you don't have that passion or that purpose in life, it's completely normal, because as we awaken into this new connected state, it's really about bringing up everything that's been stored within us for so long, because we've done it for so long, and there comes this tipping point where we can no longer continue to stuff things down, and it starts to kind of overflow. And that's when we begin to start having this conscious awakening. And I think a lot of times people are disappointed with that, because they expect when they have this conscious awakening, it's supposed to be like, the Dalai Lama or Buddha or something, where you just like entered into this ascended master state. And it's really about ending those patterns and cycles of judgment within our body. And this is really about what we're moving into with this state of consciousness, is about releasing those judgments and being able to move forward, being empowered in who we are.
I'm just trying to unmute myself, so you'll see a pretty smiling face from me. So what would you say if people are going through some of these experiences, like feeling this intense depression, or like, and I know that I've had this experience, because obviously I moved very much from my three-dimensional reality of believing that was what life is, into, now I'm jet setting off in Peru, and now we're off to Hawaii next year, and, running the show online and creating financial income online and all of those kinds of things. But if you'd have asked me this 3 or 4 years ago, I would have told you were smoking crack.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because and the thing is it was a bit of a struggle, but I know that part of what you do is you assist people that are going through this point in their lives. What kind of support or suggestions would you give to people who are in a state of going, okay, the world I'm in now is not working, but there's no way to go, there's like no stepping stones to the next like block or next space where they see that they need to be in? What would you suggest for people who are in that kind of space?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the first thing that I would say to people is to give yourself more love, not less. I think oftentimes when we come into these moments where we're feeling discouraged or lost, we often beat up ourselves, and we end up going into that further spiral downwards. And so that first thing is to really give ourselves more love, not less. And if nothing more than that, it's looking at the experience that we're having, and to realize that, some of those lowest points in life, the points in which we have the greatest grief, or we're, going through financial difficulties, or things just aren't coming together, those moments in life really create the contrast of what it is that we're experiencing here. And when we're willing to have that experience on a deeper level and to not resist it. And this is the biggest thing that we're learning to let go of. Is the resistance to the experience of life itself, is that we allow ourselves again to have that contrast and go into more of having the enjoyment of those times that are really exhilarating and wonderful. Because what happens is that if everything was just this really great experience all the time, right? We're always just floating on a cloud. We don't end up knowing the difference between that. And so there is no emotional state elicited from it. And so those really low times allow us to be able to appreciate and experience the fullness of what life is bringing us in those moments, but also in those really high moments as well. And really, life is all about finding the balance within that. And so even in those moments that are bringing us into a lot of sadness or depression or grief or anxiety, there is a beautiful gift that is there waiting for us to see if we're willing to just embrace it and go into it rather than resist it.
Well, and I'm also looking now as we're sitting here, and I'm looking behind you, and I'm just going to take the screen back to you so people know what I'm talking about. Is you have some things behind you there, and they look like very cool toys. I don't know what those look like. Gorgeous bowls, and you've got something there that looks like a gold. I don't know what that is. That looks like a Star of David or something like that. Tell us what those little goodies are behind you, and how do you use this in your practice, and how do you assist people with these beautiful tools that you have in the background there?
So Beverly, what I found is that over the years of coaching people, I found that sometimes words just aren't enough. People get really caught up on words, and we start going into conclusions, and we start to connect back to those past memories, and then it's very difficult to move through that and have it solved. And what ends up happening when I utilize these bowls, so I play crystal tones, alchemy singing bowls, and what they do is they actually emit this vibrational sound resonance that vibrates on that cellular level to really awaken and move through any types of blockages within our body and being. And it's pretty amazing how that happens. For people who have been stuck with something for so long, to just hear the tones that come through with this allows people to release and let go on their own terms. And that's really important, because we're moving out of the era of looking for the guru or the teacher to realizing that we are our own guru. We are that amazing. And so it's really, for me, I utilize these to empower people to take back their own uniqueness, to take back their own passion and destiny in this life. The other devices that I use, so those gold ones that you see, those are all sacred geometric designs. And so basically what they do is they actually help channel the grid lines of the earth itself. And the earth being a magnetic resonance, it channels that magnetic resonance from the earth into our body. So it creates an electrical channel. And again, it helps to move through that energy so much faster than just either talking and even the bowls alone. So it's a combination and integration of all these different pieces.
Wow. I want some of your toys. I want to play with your toys there. They look like such fun toys. I'm going to get some of those.
They are really awesome. And a bunch of them are actually available right on my website for purchase, because they're amazing tools that can help in a number of different areas. So regardless of whether people are using them with sessions with me or whether it's just they're looking for daily utilization, they're wonderful products.
Amazing, 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 amazing. And then also, I want to know a little bit about, and I'm sure some of our viewers want to know a bit about your sacred, I think it's Sacred Earth Adventures, that you run retreats and things like that. What do you actually do there, and what are those?
I do. So, Beverly, I have a couple of different programs that I run. I'm actually going to be launching a pilot program this year, coming up in June, called the Sacred Mountain Retreat, and it's going to be a 4-day journey out in the heart of the Canadian Rocky Mountains. We're going to be visiting the sacred sites, the vortex sites, and connecting back literally to the wisdom of the earth and Gaia. There will be chanting and singing and drumming, and of course, we'll have the crystal bowls there. So it's a 4-day journey trek out in the Rockies in and of itself. So it's going to be a very life transforming journey. I was out there earlier this year. I did a 10-day vision quest on my own. I think we talked about this last time earlier this summer, because I think I had just got back from it. And it was just an amazing experience, and there was so much transformation that happened in this place that I knew I was going to be going back out there and offering that. So that's one of the things, and then the other one is actually a program that I'm going to be offering special for this community called Activating Your Interdimensional Destiny. And so that's going to be a program coming up in January that we're literally going to go through and awaken these core aspects of our being, so that 2017 can be the best year yet.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so cool. And so another thing I wanted to find out from you is how would people be able to, if they wanted to sign up, they can go to sacredearthadventures.com, or do they go to your personal website? Which would be the best to sign up for that?
Yeah, so sacredearthadventures.com is a great place to start, and then it's right under the services page there for the Activating Your Interdimensional Destiny. And so yeah, it'll be a four-week journey. They can also go on to my Facebook page. So if you like the Sacred Earth Adventures Facebook page, there's an event just I think we just posted that in the last couple days. So there's an event posted there. So there's a lot more detail, as well as the dates and times and everything. But of course, all the calls will be recorded. So if you can't make it live, it's no big deal. However, we will be taking live calls, and there'll be one whole call dedicated to really like answering questions and moving through any like types of energetic soul karma.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Oh goodness. I'm so funny. I unmuted myself, then I remuted myself. So it's really fun playing techno button person here in the other side. So yeah, just wanted to find out from you, is there I'm just checking here quickly who we've got in the call. I think we've got another 2 people. If you're on the call with us, you're welcome to say hello to us in the call. Just give us a shout out if you've got any questions. Medina, if you have any questions, you're most welcome to. I think we're going to be going into a little bit more of a process here with Tara Lee. Tara Lee, do you want to get going with something like that now, or do you want to carry on a little bit more, just going over your program, or want to go into more detail with that? What would you prefer?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if we have some of the people online that have some questions, I'd be happy to answer any at this time. Or if you're struggling or going through anything, it would be wonderful to reach out, and we can do some live activations.
Yay! Okay, so let's see if Medina's keen. Let's just see where we're at here, because I'm just checking. I think we've got another few more people in the room, but I think some people are shy. Some people are like, oh no, you can't see me. No, don't look at me. I'm not here. So if you feel you'd like to have a bit of a process done with, or a little bit of activation done with Tara Lee, please feel free to chat with us in the chat right now. And if you do have a Gmail account, I can actually bring you live into the room. Yeah, I found some people are a bit shy with that too. But otherwise, maybe you could just take us for a little journey with or something to that effect, a little activation for the people who might be watching it in the future, since I think everyone's a bit shy at the moment. Nobody's coming to the forefront and asking any questions yet. So
that's okay. So let's just do an activation for empowerment and abundance coming into the new year. So if we just take some deep breaths in, we just want to bring that all the way down, right to the soles of our feet. And we're just going to connect in with that divine light into our soul, and allowing that to move forward, and neutralizing and eliminating any types of bonds or attachments, and then calling all of ourselves back into us, clean, clear, full of love, light, abundance, and knowing now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And taking a deep breath in. And then we just want to just clear out any types of blocks, anything that's standing in our way, to move into the fullness of 2017, to really awaken and empower that energy into the fullness of who we've come here to be. And so moving into alignment with our destiny, bringing in that greater clarity and abundance. So we're just going to allow all of those cellular structures to just align. So right to left, left to right, bottom to top, top to bottom, front to back, back to front, clear to correct. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. And just allowing that to come through. And we're just going to create that beautiful pull of energy, calling all of that in, all the way from Gaia up through the soles of our feet, up in through our bodies and out through the crown of our head, and allowing that beautiful energy now to radiate out into the space of your being. And so connecting and calling in all of the beautiful abundance that 2017 has to bring for you. So connecting with all the people that you may not even know exist yet, connecting with all of the wonderful opportunities, allowing all of this to just flow into balance and harmony into your body and being in this time, space, dimension now. And so it is.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Medina's just saying, sorry guys, in a space where I can only listen. Well, Medina, you kind of sound like me. But wasn't that amazing, guys? I really, really enjoyed that little, that wonderful little activation. That was so quick. That was wonderful. I mean, yeah, that's like, do you have that in like an audio that we could like listen to be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, I'm here. Everything's done. Everything's gone. Okay, all of that's gone. Okay, I'm sorted, back, front, up, down, right, inside, out. Yes, I'm ready to go. Let's do this 2017. Boom.
Well, actually, I do have a program, Activating Your Inner Guidance, which is a wonderful program to really go through and let go and unleash basically everything that we've been holding on to. And I thought I would offer it today for free if you're interested in signing up for the 4-week journey with me as Activating Your Interdimensional Destiny. So that's as a free gift.
Ooh, and that's not, was that on the Sacred Earth Adventures? Where would they find that?
So signing up for the program, the welcome email from it will include all the links to it.
Woo! That's so cool. And so everyone would be able to find that on sacredearthadventures.com. That's right?
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I think Medina is just saying that was so amazing. Thank you so much, Tara. And one of the things that I love about Tara Lee is that she gets straight to the point. She's like, okay, right, I can see where it is. I can see what's going on there. We're not going to mess around and fluff around it. We're going to get right to the point and let's just come out. Let's move. Come. And that's what I love about Tara Lee, is you just get to the point. You clear it all out. And I mean, like, I feel like this has been one of the fastest calls I've ever done, because it feels like my energy is already there. And I mean, you know, it's like you gave us a nice base of what we're going to be going through, and then you just immediately activated it in us. I can feel it active in my system right now, and I think Medina is also feeling it active in her system. So, wow, Tara Lee, that was amazing.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad to be able to share this new vibration. And you know, it's really moving into this energy that a lot of us have been waiting for a long time. December 21st, 2012 marked like a whole new energy into this vibrational earth grid system, and that was really the return of that divine feminine balance. And now this year, December 21st, 2016 marks that 4-year cycle of the completion of this. And so it's really, things are happening so much faster now. There's just so much transformation. We're ready to let things go. The ties between these emotional traumas, people are ready to really just allow it to move up and out of our systems. And it's really about completion. So coming up next week there, it's going to be a lot of completions. And for a lot of us who have done the work along our journey to get to this space, we've been waiting for this energy for a really long time, and it's finally here. And I feel really excited about offering this new program is because it's time. It's time for us to really awaken, to step into it, and to be who we are. And yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yes, I feel you on that one. I feel you totally on that one, Tara, because I've been like, I think I've been waiting since I was like 7 years old going, people, can we just please do this already? This is driving me crazy. And so I've been sitting around for the last however many years going, la 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 la. Is anyone else going to wake up? Okay. La 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 la. You know, and I think there's a lot of our callers who've been feeling the same way. And I also recognize that a lot of people that are attracted to the show specifically and to people like us are already aware of what's going on. So like a lot of us have been through this 4-year cycle, and we kind of know that shit hit the fan really well, excuse my language, but we're like, okay, well, clearly we don't need this anymore. If it hit the fan, it's no longer necessary, so it can go. Mm-hmm. and now it feels like the cleaning brigade has been in full force, and now we're going, okay, what new wallpaper would we like on the walls? What new tiles would we like to put in? What kind of furniture looks good in this room? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it really is, because a lot of the activations that I'm bringing through are activations on the DNA cellular level. So it's really shifting our DNA into these higher states of being. So that was one of the things I didn't mention earlier about this new 5D state of consciousness. It's also an activation on that DNA level, and really waking up our DNA. And so people are still kind of learning a little bit about it. And there's been a lot of talk about waking up this crystalline DNA structure. And so when we look at our DNA, right, that double helix, and it looks like an X, I mean, our full DNA is actually an infinity sign, and it encompasses a lot more, and it's multidimensional as well. And so when we bring these aspects of ourselves back online, it's literally waking up who we are on this multidimensional level. So things that may have not have made sense in this life. So for instance, phobias, fears, even why we're passionate about the things that we're passionate about will all of a sudden begin to make sense, because we're now connecting to the bigger picture. Right now, we've kind of been walking through with these blinders on, and we can see only what's in front of us. And unfortunately, that doesn't make a lot of sense, because that's about 1% of the entire picture.
You know, I just had an aha moment when you said the double helix. Oh dear, now I'm muted. Okay, so I unmuted myself, then I muted myself again. So I just had an aha moment when you spoke about the double helix, where you said it's actually an infinity sign. It's almost like we've had this X, but the bits at the ends have been disconnected, and now they're coming back online. And as they come back online, instead of it just going zhup, 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 the energy like that, it's now able to go, oh, like that.
All of the cycles.
That's where the flow comes in.
Yeah, and all of the cycles will begin to complete themselves. So you'll see as the activating your inner guidance, I do a lot of cycle and circle completions, and that's right on that cellular DNA level is where we're awakening that. A lot of the shifting that I use with the bowls and with the chanting and with the singing really helps to bring in that crystalline structure and raise our vibration to these higher levels. And it's amazing what people are seeing from it. They're really connecting to more of that inner peace. They're having more harmony and flow in all areas of their life. They're feeling like they have that passion and that purpose again. There's that connection, and really connection is the biggest thing that we're all looking for. And as we enter further into this technology age, we feel that we should be further connected, but yet it's actually brought us a further disconnection to who we really are. And so it's really about bringing back in the aspects of ourselves to have this this full connection, so that we're having this flow of energy into the consciousness that we're building, right? It's this conscious matrix on the planet that we're all contributing to. And so as we raise our vibration up and we awaken to this, then we are able to be that lighthouse and shine that back to others so that they can find their way home.
Wow, I really, really love this. This has been such a fun call. You see me, then you don't. Then you see me, then you don't. Then you see me, then you don't. This is like a magic show. So I really get that. The way that you've put it so succinctly there, Tara Lee, it's like sometimes some people try to explain this, and they explain this whole lot of stuff, and it feels like mumbo jumbo, and you're like overwhelmed. You're thinking, what are you talking about? But you've just put it in such a simple way to help understand the DNA and to help us to recognize what is actually going on, like in a quote unquote physical or metaphysical energetic level, that it just makes such sense to me now, and I'm sure to a lot of the people that are watching the show, it makes a lot more sense the way that you've put it. It goes, oh, that I get that. Another thing that I heard the other day is someone said to me, the reason why our collective consciousness has created like a food system with this high level of salt is because salt was necessary, and while we were craving so much salt is necessary for this activation of this crystalline body that we're moving into to come online, and it was necessary for our body to actually shift into that higher vibration to be able to hold the vibration with the crystalline body that's now being switched on with our DNA coming online. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's absolutely an amazing insight, and I believe that everything that's unfolded in our evolutionary continuum has happened for a reason, and we may not understand what those reasons are. And for me, I've grown up in a very traumatic life and traumatic past, and it took me a very long time to move through those experiences into knowing that those were a beautiful blessing in my life that has given me where I am today, and has allowed me to now share this experience with others so that they can move past what it is that has been holding them back in their life. And so perhaps the whole integration with the salt has also been another aspect of our beings, of being able to move through and handle the density that has been here on this planet for so long.
Yes, because salt is quite a cleansing thing, isn't it? It's like witches throw salt over their shoulder, right? And salt is seen as like I mean, even in the African culture in South Africa, they drink the sea water, which I would not drink it, but they drink the sea water because they believe that it's got, and it's obviously, I'm sure in past times it did really help with cleansing, but they believe that it cleanses not only your physical body, but it cleanses your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual body. And also here in Peru, they do volcanic water cleanses, which my fiance and myself are going to be doing one in the next week or so, where they have this pure organic volcano salted, like high mineral content water that you drink that actually flushes out your entire system, and any of the bugs don't really like that, but it also stimulates emotional body and the physical body and the spiritual body, and it's working with volcanic water, so it's working with transmutation as well. So it's very interesting that the salt and water has become a very powerful method or way of cleansing this out. And also salt and water are both crystals, don't they? When they're in a hardened form, they're a crystal. So it's two different crystals that are assisting in the igniting of our crystalline body.
Oh, Beverly, I love that. I can just see this like amazing unfolding. And you brought up something too, which makes so much sense, is that this is really about an integration of the mind, body, and the spirit. And I think a lot of times we look at our bodies and don't honor them in the way that we need to be. I mean, our bodies are these amazing, beautiful vessels that allow us to have the experience in this physical life, because without our bodies, we aren't experiencing all of the senses here. We aren't touching things, tasting things, smelling things. And so it's all a part of this awakening. And so of course the cleansing of our system on so many levels, especially with everything that we put into our systems, our emotions in and of itself are stored within that cellular level and that DNA. And so as we utilize different things to help us not only remove toxins from our system, but as well with the emotions too.
Definitely. You know, one of the things that I found out here in Peru, there's a strong, I call it like a medicino culture. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying when I say medicino, but the plant medicines here are highly revered, are highly respected, are highly used, if you want to call it, for lack of a better word. People here there's a lot of plant medicine ceremonies, especially happening here in Pisac, Peru. It's like normal. It's like they don't look at any of these medicines as like a drug or something to that effect. It actually, you can see them as a medicine, and you can see the shifts in people having been in relationship and communion with these kinds of plant medicines, and especially ones like, for example, the ayahuasca and the wachuma and those kinds of things. And I've partaken in a few plant ceremonies, and I can honestly say that it really does have a cleansing effect. And some of the awarenesses that I received with my plant ceremonies was things like, you are the medicine. Things like, water is your medicine. Like, water, that is medicine. You are the medicine. You know, that you are your own guru. G-U-R-U, you know, obviously. So that recognition just basically aligns with all of the stuff that we're talking about now. It's like an easier way, well, I like to say easier, but it goes deeper into some of those emotions that we can't always consciously access. They're like so deep and so unconscious, we don't know how to quite get there. These kinds of medicines also assist in bringing that out and letting you see it and love it and integrate it, which I think is really, really powerful. And I think that some of the stuff that what you do, not necessarily the medicine side, but with the processes you take people through.
Yeah, it's definitely a deep transformational awakening, because we are literally connecting through and moving through so many of those emotions. You know, and it's finding what is your fit. You know, for some people it is, like you said, like the plant medicine, and it is literally that connection into who we are, and the balance between the physical and metaphysical self. And again, that's awakening that interdimensional connection. And so we're able to see further into this journey as it being more of a blessing rather than a burden. And so it's the same thing as I'm doing these activations, and I'm literally looking within our bodies, within our beings, and finding those areas that are still stuck, that need more love, not less, and providing that support and that energetic movement to allow it to move its way through and harmonize back with all of that that is.
And you know, one of the things that I've recognized, a lot of the information that's coming through and that you're also bringing through from way that you're speaking is, not even a year or two ago, I still remember people mentioning, oh, just let it go, just let it go, just let it go, just let it go. And now it's like, no, I don't want to deny parts of myself. I don't want to let go of parts of myself. I'm choosing to integrate and love those parts of myself. Instead of saying, oh, I don't like this about me, let me let it go. Saying, oh, why don't I like this about me? Oh, wow, I think that it's wrong and bad and unlovable. No. I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this part of me now. And that's actually where the movement is happening, and the expansion is then happening, and the things really shift then.
Yeah, because we're literally all of it. There's not one aspect that we are and that we're not. I think a lot of times we judge not only ourselves but also the actions of others within the world as good or bad or right or wrong. And the thing is like, yeah, absolutely, there's actions that people need to get some help with, and they're doing things that are obviously very harmful to society. But at the same time, when we look at these people that are experiencing this this type of action in the world, I really believe that they need more love, not less. And of course, they need the rehabilitation and the help. But if we continue to take our energy and shine more darkness onto people that are very, very lost along their way, how are they ever going to find their way back to who they really are? And so it's really about integrating these aspects of ourselves and embracing that, yes, this really dark side is part of all of us. We've all been it. We've all done it. In how many countless lifetimes we've gone through it so many times. And we've played every single role for each other multiple times over. And so when we look at the aspect of virtues and holding ourselves to a higher virtue because, we're not being that in this lifetime, okay, I get it. But at the same time, what about that person who is that? They are trying to look for their way through this. And beyond that, we don't know the bigger picture of what all of that was meant to be, what that experience was meant to be in our life. And so that's a lot of what I bring through for people, is a new foundation in their perspective, to be able to see the fullness of the entire experience so that they can integrate it into their being rather than living as one part of themselves, rather than the fullness of who they've come here to be. And I really believe that since that society has placed this, this concept of judgments on us so that we don't feel empowered about who we are, so that we don't step forward and really embrace the fullness of our being and to gift that back to the world. I mean, we've all come here with different types of gifts and talents, and some of us are great artists and painters, and others of us are great speakers, and others of us are great mothers and healers. And it's really about integrating every aspect of each of us and really looking at, this is what I've come here to share, and honoring what everyone else has come here to share, whether it's good or bad. Because there are a lot of really negative things. And of course, I see, like, my heart goes out to a lot. I'm a big animal lover, and I see these videos on the internet of how people treat animals so poorly. And when I look at that, how I see it is, I go, wow, like, that person who is treating that animal so poorly, how much worse are they treating themselves? And that's when my heart opens, and I send them compassion to find that love and light. And then I send compassion to that animal who has come into their life to try to help them to find their way. Animals come to offer us so much love and healing. And when we see an animal suffer and struggle, we see the greater picture of what's going on with that person. And it's the same thing when we see people in the world who are out there doing these heinous crimes, or we see people who are suffering in countries, who are living in poverty and have nothing. And it's all about creating more love and more abundance to flow to these people, rather than going into the, oh, I feel sorry for them, and oh, I feel bad for them. And then we connect to all those emotions, because when we do that, that's the emotion that's going to be continued to be brought forward. But when we see someone empowered from that, like, wow, they are going to be so strong, and I'm going to see them through the other side of this and connected into the fullness of their being, so that they can now give back and inspire their community, or heal themselves. Because every time that we heal, or we inspire someone else to heal, we also heal a part of ourselves and a part of that collective whole.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And as you were speaking about the animals, you were saying about like people looking after animals or not looking after animals or treating animals badly. I just looked down, and there's a little doggy that's snuck in here. And in Peru, there's a whole lot of, it's really random, because they have hundreds of dogs all on the streets, and they don't have a home. They're like strays. Like, it's just normal. There's just strays everywhere, stray dogs everywhere. And they say you shouldn't feed these dogs, because otherwise they'll follow you and they'll never leave you alone, because then they see you as their owner. So it's a challenging kind of scenario, because as naturally in the Western world, we lock our dogs up in their homes, and then there's a pound, because if there's stray dogs, they get taken to the pound. And we have quite a lot of consciousness around that we think is just normal and everywhere, but in Peru it's not. And there's this little dog that's just come and snuck. He's a little stray dog who's come and snuck here by my feet, and I didn't even recognize or see him until you mentioned that. And I looked down, I was like, oh, he's just all snuggled there on the floor, like on this little rug that I'm on, that I've like rearranged their restaurant here. And he's just snuggled here on the floor next to me, and it just is like such a sweet little thing to recognize and to see. As you said that, it was like, wow, how is this showing up in this moment right now? And it's right here, right with me. So which is quite a nice little, awareness to see that. Very sweet. So thank you for that, Charlie.
Oh, that is so awesome.
And then, so I think I just want to wrap up with a few things before we end the call, because we're nearly on time now. First thing I want to check with you is the website address for people to sign up for. I know that you've also got I mentioned that sound bowl journey or bath that you have. Where would people be able to access that? Would that be on your website, Taralee Ayotte, or where would that be?
No, everything is all at Sacred Earth Adventures. And so right on the main page there is a sound bath from my 10-day vision quest up in the Canadian Rockies this summer. So I'm literally, I took a gondola up to one of the mountain peaks up there, and I played bowls, and there is just such a transformation that comes through with the bowls. So feel free to go on there and check that out and listen. And and again, so the journey itself, four live calls that we're going to be connecting together, and I'll be offering 7 new of the sacred power activations, or the spas, that were gifted to me during that 10-day vision quest. So it's really about bringing on this new DNA and awakening that 5D consciousness into who we are.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really, 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 really amazing. And I'm really excited to be, I mean, I've already just signed up for it myself. So I'm going to go get that little sound bowl, because I only signed up for it yesterday. I saw it. I'm like, ooh, Taralee's got some new toys. Let's go see this. So guys, if you'd like to get a lovely little sound bath, or not little, magnificent sound bath, shall I say, go check out Sacred Earth Adventures, .com, and go sign up and check out what Taralee's got going on there. And also then obviously you've got your interdimensional your course coming up now, what was it called again? Let me see. Activating your interdimensional destiny. Yes. That's coming up as well.
So that's going to be starting on January 24th. So there's a little bit of time. We'll wait till after the holidays, and when all this new transformation comes through after the December 21st shift. So yeah, it'll be an amazing time to start. And it's, like I said, it's 4 live calls. So the first call, we're going to look at really about activating this empathic heart. So it's really about connecting who we are into this heart space, and really just opening that up into sharing that with the world. And then it's really about call 2 is like ending these old paradigms and beliefs. So moving through all that energetic soul karma. That third call is going to be our activation call. So with the spas and taking like all of like your personal questions. And then the fourth call is actually going to end up being on Valentine's Day. So February 14th. So it's really about moving into and loving this new 5D body and sharing that with the world.
Oh, that's cool. You see, I told you, I remember I mentioned earlier that Taralee makes things happen quickly. So literally within the next month, you can have your 5D body online like that. Did I just say it again? Like that. So I highly recommend, if you want your 5D body like locked in, switched on, turned on, ready to rock and roll, then go visit Taralee's website there, sacredearthactivations.com. And I'm going to hand over to you quickly. Taralee, is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we...
It's Beverley, it's sacredearthadventures.com.
Sorry, adventures. Sorry.
It's all good.
I meant adventures, but activations came out. How funny is that?
I should just do a site for that. That would be great too.
That would be great too. You see, how does it get better than that? You know. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we finish the call?
You know, I just want to share that I know that the holidays are a tough time for a lot of us, and there's, you know, especially with the unraveling of all of this interdimensional energy coming through onto the planet. And so I just want to share just so much love and abundance and peace onto the planet, and bringing that forward from my heart into yours, to your home, to your family, and to your life. So wherever it is that you are today, and whatever it is that you're going through, may you be blessed along this journey, and may your life be filled with abundance, with joy, with passion, and to bring that into alignment into all that you've come here to be, to really feel that new embrace, and to connect on a level that you once maybe perhaps were not sure was aware that was there before. And so bringing that through into the new year, may you be blessed with abundance and joy. And so it is.
And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Oh, thank you, Tara Lee. That was just such a wonderful blessing that you just gave us there. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And so, friends, if you'd like to hook up with Tara Lee, remember sacredearthadventures.com, and go and check it out there. And Tara, do you want to say a final goodbye there before I close off?
Thank you so much, everyone. Sending you so much love. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you soon.
Yay! Thank you, Tara Lee. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And for those of you who joined us live, and for those of you who might be watching at some point in time in the future, it's been wonderful to play with you. It's been wonderful to show up for you. It's been wonderful to be having this crazy Peru experience with you. And lots and lots of love to you. And one more thing before we close off. Tara Lee is going to be going to Peru. Are you going next year, Tara Lee? Just want to check. Maybe we can just mention that quickly.
That's so interesting. Actually, if Medina is still online, Medina is actually the creator of Casa Sana and the Thrive Peru experience. And it's an amazing experience where you connect with a local community in Pura, and you go out there and you volunteer with this small community to help empower them through education and learning experiences, so that they can give back to their community and make a bigger impact in the world. So it's an absolutely amazing experience. And I'm actually looking at going out there come early next year, perhaps April or June. And I actually have a wonderful GoFundMe project up. So if you're interested in helping support that expansion into global consciousness, I'll be bringing bowls out there. We'll be doing some empowerment talks and helping support that local community. That would be wonderful as well. So I think that one it's GoFundMe.com/Thrive Peru. And you can definitely check out the Thrive Peru experience online as well, and Casa Sana as well. So it's CASA and then SANA. And Medina, if you're still on, if you have any other info that you'd like to type in the box for that, that would be great. It's a really wonderful, wonderful experience.
Yay. Well, yes, I'm very excited about that. Sounds amazing. Maybe one day I'll have Medina. She'll want to be on my show, and perhaps Medina, just planting that seed. Hashtag just saying. So, okay, well, now I'm really going to close off. This time I'm really seriously going to end it all. I never want them to end. I want them to go on forever and ever because it's so much fun. So thank you everyone who joined us today. From me, Beverley Buckley, with the Love Your Life show in crazy Peru, wonderful Peru, loving Peru. And the next show, if you would like to have a look at any of the future shows we've got for this season 3, you can go to @LoveYourLifeShow on Facebook. And then we've also got shows happening again in March next year. I'll be coming to you from Hawaii. So if you'd like to hook on for season 4, that'll be in March next year. Just go to @LoveYourLifeShow, like the page, become part of our group, become part of our family of love, and then you'll find out more about when the shows will be on. So looking forward to being with you and playing with you, and lots of love. Mwah! Bye-bye.